Hello. We have a later one tonight because I forgot. LMS match report. Castle Hill I played for today against Benchwarmers 3 in the Western Sydney Saturday Winter Div 2 LMS competition. Unfortunately, boys didn't get up today, but we had a good day. It was a nice day. 9:20 game at Darling Street Park at Greystanes. A little cold and a little wet to start with, but once the sun came out, things were okay. Normally we like to have a bowl first, which is not probably best in the conditions that we get, but you know, you're cold, you're wet, you want to have a run around, get yourself going. And we also like to sort of limit them so they don't know sort of what total. AJ was our captain today, went and did the toss. AJ lost the toss and we got sent into bat. So, yeah. So everything went backwards to start with. We also had Smeagol running late because of car troubles, although he did make it on time. VB running late because he slept in since he stayed up all night watching the England-India game. And he turned up after we were batting, but still with time to go. We'd only just started, so we had the openers in. AJ opened today, and I don't know, he bit down on himself as a captain because he didn't win the game and he didn't win the toss and all sorts of stuff. But, you know, opened 12 from 17's a very handy start. It's what you want from your openers. Opened well, obviously, with Michael, our keeper and regular captain, who did his usual job, which is why he's the number one keeper, or number two keeper. Mick, you'll correct me if I'm wrong, but very high up in the keeping batting stakes in the Sydney competition, including the summer competitions and the Div 1s and all the other grades. So 50 not out from 23, 4 fours, 3 sixes at a strike rate of 217.39. Always fun to watch. Mordo come in at 3. Once Mick went to the bank, for those of you that don't follow at home or are new to last man stands, it's 8 aside. 20 but 5 ball overs designed to have 1 hour of each innings to be done in 2 hours. There's a few other fancy rules, but we won't go them today. If you want to know, ask me in the comments, send me a message. Who knows? Ring me up. Go and talk to me when we're next at a game of cricket, because, you know, we know each other. Mordo came in at 3. 32 from 30, 2 sixes. Started off pretty well, but then I think got bogged down a little bit as the ball got a bit wetter and harder to hit. Whatever, but not out, 32. It's a very handy. Stan came in, unfortunately got a good full in-swinging one. Good ball, bowled first ball. I'm not sure if he came in when Mick retired or AJ got out, but he came in sort of at 4. Jake came in off the back of that. Welcome back, Jake, after, what, 5 weeks away, travelling across Australia. Looked like he'd never been missed. 27 from 17, a 4 and a 6, strike rate of 158.82. Did his job, was a bit bludgeoning. Watching him and Mordo was going at the time as well was exciting to watch the two of them. Until Jake was undone by straight style one, going to the Tonkin LMS. He got bowled, it happens. Smeagol again, similar thing, ready to go early, needed to get things going, got bowled by a first bowler as well. It's LMS, you're trying to go quickly and early, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. VB and Mordo finished it out. VB 19 from 18 balls with 2 fours. I sort of square legged for about 5 overs, waiting for one of those buggers to get out so I could have fun, but didn't happen. In the end, 4 for 143 from 20. Not too bad. Probably, I thought at the time, maybe about 20 or 30 short, and probably ended up that way anyway. Second innings, which was us having a bowl. I opened the bowling and, as usual, tried to set the tone. So I set the tone by bowling 2 wides the first 2 balls, and I think throughout the innings, a lot of guys started with 1 or 2 wides to start their bowling spell. So I don't know. Maybe there's something in setting the tone, or I didn't do a very good job of it today. I feel like I bowled well. There's a bit of a rut to run in around the start of my run up. Once I sort of got my head around that, did okay. None for 23 from 3, which is 7.67 and over. like to try and target around the 6s in LMS, but having said that, 7s is not too bad given it's hit and giggle. Mordo opened the bowling with me, 1 for 27 from 4 at 6.75, so Mordo bowled very, very well today. The lefty that I struggled with in my first over, Mordo got out in the second over, so showed me how it was done. So like they didn't get off to a massive start between sort of me and Mordo, and they never really kicked on, but they did enough to chase down the 144 for the win. Smegel bowled at the back end, none for 35 from 3, but you're struggling at the back end. VB bowled really well at the back end, 2 for 8 from 2 overs, so it's good going from VB. Had a good day with the bat and the ball. Jake none for 19 from 2, Stan 1 for 19 from 2, and AJ none for 12 from 2. So everyone bowled reasonably well. Look, they weren't big hitters, but they were smart. I can't tell you how many times they did it to me and then did to others, just rocking on that back foot and just cutting it down for a quick 2 down behind what would be sort of a regulation gully, but by the time the fielder gets around and gets the throw in, that's what happens when you A to side. So it is what it is. They did well. They beat us. No real dramas. It was interesting. I think there was some appealing and some let's say voracious discussion around a potential double play at one point when the guy was out of his crease. Umpire. On the double play, for those of you who don't know LMS, if somebody at the striker's end hits a catch, the non-striker can run 2. If they don't get back and they get run out at the non-striker's end, they will be run out and have a double play. Guy kind of wandered out of his crease, was out of it, and the stumps were taken, but it was ruled that he wasn't actually running. He was just, wandering. But yeah, at the end, walking off, shaking hands, I think it was me and their captain might have been the last 2 at the umpire, and the umpire was sort of talking about how good a spirits it was played in and how he likes umpiring us guys and their teams and how we play quite well. So he must get some shit from other teams, I tell you, because we had a few times where we sort of questioned him. He's a nice enough guy. That's it. Whatever this round was, yeah. For those of you who've managed to get to the end, subscribe. I'm getting about 2 subscribers a thing, so up to like 20 something, so that's good. Doesn't mean anything really. I'm not trying to make money. I'm not trying to make millions of subscribers. I'm just, apparently that's what they say. It's for my ego. Subscribe, and the more people that like me, I'll go, oh, people like me, watch me, I'll stop talking now. 8 minutes. Thanks, guys. Bye.